Today's video is actually requested by one of our subbies, and we were very excited to do it because we both have experienced this, and it's how to deal with friends. The good and the bad.
And I think she's like referring to like best friends, right? When you guys have like a falling out.
Yeah, like when you have, everybody has that. You have a friend, you have a falling out. So pretty much I'll just really quickly go in and then T will go in, but we've both been through this. And it's part of life. It's all about, you know, you outgrow. It's a relationship, whether it's romantic, whether it has romance or it doesn't, it's just a relationship. So you have to, you know, learn how to deal with each other and get along, and you're going to have fights, and that's just normal. And then you also can outgrow people. That's normal too. You're always evolving. You're always growing, which is what you want to do. But it's just sad when it's a really good friend and then you guys just can't figure it out.
Like some people are meant to come into your life and some people are meant to come in for long periods of times, and some people are meant to come for short periods of times.
Yeah, it's true. It really is.
You know, different relationships and for different reasons. Sometimes people will end a relationship because the other person's intoxicated, or their chemistry is just off because they're taking something that's changing their chemistry and their brain waves and just everything. So sometimes it's just choice. There's different reasons why different relationships
So like a substance abuse problem?
Yeah. Substance abuse problem.
Yeah, that's definitely one.
Like, I'm not a big fan of people who party or drink a lot. Like, I'm not one to judge, but if you're doing stuff that's causing an effect on our relationship, then that's when it becomes a problem. If you're doing stuff that's, you know, changing your chemistry and whatever, but we're still on the same level of understanding each other, then I don't care. I really don't care what the other person does, because I'm not going to judge them and dictate to them what they should do. They're grown people. So I'm fine with that, as long as it's just not affecting our relationship and our mutual agreement of what we stand for as a friend.
Absolutely. That's a huge one.
Oh, that's what I was going to say that I forgot that I meant to say earlier, is whether you're in a relationship with a boyfriend or a husband or a best friend, the only difference between your relationship with your best friend and your relationship with your husband is you're having, or boyfriend, you're having sex with your husband or your boyfriend, and you're not having sex with your friend. But it's still the same thing.
It's a relationship.
It's a relationship. And it's give and take. You have to work at it, and good things come with hard work and sacrifices.
Yeah, and then you just have to, you know, set your boundaries, what you're going to deal with and what you're not going to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, respect is so important in any relationship. So that's a huge thing that I think every relationship should have.
Yeah, and also you have to meet people where they're at. Like, for example, Jess knows my strengths and she knows my weaknesses, and you know, she accepts me for who I am, and she helps me. Like, she points things out and I'm open to it. I don't get defensive. I don't have a wall up. As a matter of fact, I get upset like if she doesn't say things. Like, I'll even ask her, I'm like, well, what do you think about this? Like, are you sure? You know, because I know that I'm a human and I have certain tendencies and certain patterns that I have created and learned throughout my life. And I know that some of those patterns are not necessarily good for me, or not so much that they're not good for me, but they're not helping me in my life with other people around me. So I'm very open to constructive criticism.
Yes, and no one's perfect. So there's nobody in this world that is just doing everything by the book and just sailing away. Absolutely not. We all have our issues. We all have our problems, things that we struggle with every day.
I'm not really sure why this subby requested it, and I really hope that we can help with this by making this video. But hopefully you didn't do anything to, you know, upset this person or lose their trust or anything like that, which I have a feeling that you didn't. But if you did, like, I'm an open book, and I tell Jess, like, she has all my passcodes and everything, and I have all the passcodes. Like, we share everything, but I trust Jess and Jess trusts me. And there's just, in order to have trust, you have to be a little bit vulnerable, because if you're not, you don't allow yourself to be a little bit vulnerable, then you're also missing out on life, you know? And you can tell when you can be vulnerable with somebody and when you can't. You feel it. You know when.
Of course. There's always like a guard or a wall.
A lot of times what I've noticed, like in the past, I've ignored feelings that I know I shouldn't be friends with certain people, and I continue to be friends with them anyway, whether it's for one reason or another, whether it's feeling sorry or thinking that they're going to better themselves or whatever it may be.
It's okay to outgrow people, like I said before. It's part of life. And I know even myself, like in past relationships with girls, I've just always been kind of like, I don't know, like I can cut people out, especially if they hurt me or they do something and I'm just over it. I'm like, whatever, like I never even knew them. And that's actually very bad. You shouldn't be like that. Like now I would handle things differently, but you really should accept accept people for who they are and
meet them where they are.
Exactly. Because there's always people that you're not going to get along with, and a friendship is so important. Just like, you know, any type of relationship, especially a close friend. Like her, I could never see myself ever getting mad at her enough to cut her out, and I would always work it out with her. But we just, you know, like people just have different chemistries and vibe differently together. You know what I mean? But
friendships are like really hard to come along, and you just really have to work at it.
Yeah.
You really do. It's like we said prior to that, it's give and take. So it's all about what you're willing to sacrifice and what you're not willing to sacrifice.
Yeah.
And when you know what you're willing to sacrifice and not sacrifice, then you know if that friendship is for you or not for you.
Yeah, it's true. One of the things that our subscribers mentioned to us was
how to deal with like a friend no longer talking to you. I believe that's
yes. Like I guess she was hurt. The girl didn't want to talk to her anymore, and she's trying to figure out how to deal with that. Teresa has a similar situation with a friendship that broke up, so she could actually talk about that a little bit. How she dealt with it.
Yeah, different people will choose to not talk to you for different reasons. Sometimes they're choosing for the right reason that's for them. Sometimes they might think it's the right reason and it's not. They're just over exaggerating. So if you know you're not in the wrong, you can't dwell on that. You just have to like bless and release them. And if they come back, then they come back. But if they don't, then they don't, and it wasn't meant to be. I had a friend who I still dearly love and will always love. We no longer talk. And she's just a different person. And that's just the way it is. And I miss our memories from the past, but I'm going to sit there and dwell on it. And I'm only going to wish her the best. I'm never going to wish anybody bad because it's just bad karma and it will come back to you. You should never wish anybody bad no matter how. Because you don't know what they're going through and what's causing their brain chemistry and whatever to do whatever it is that they may be doing and choosing to do whatever choices they may be choosing. Mm-hmm. So, but for me, I'm a very, like, I can easily get frazzled. So I can't have like spazzy people in my life and people that are really wound up and partying on like stuff that's really speedy. For me, I can't do that. Like, that's too much for me.
It was taking a toll on her, on just her as a person. So that's why she kind of had to like cut that friendship off, because when something is draining you like a vampire sucking out your energy. I had a similar relationship too that was doing that to me. That's not good. Like you should never have a person that's completely like sucking everything out of you and is just like, you know, like kind of like bullying you. You never want to deal with that. So then in that situation, it's okay to like separate out. Yeah, because who wants to deal with that?
I don't think you should, like Jess said, I don't think you should be with anybody that if you feel like they're draining your energy and making you more depressed than happy, you gotta definitely cut them out. Mm-hmm. Jess and I might annoy each other, we might frustrate each other, but we don't get drained. Our energy's like, oh my God, I have to see her today. Oh my God, I'm so stressed out that we never feel like that.
Ever. Like, oh God, it's a switch.
No, even though sometimes I wish. But also don't forget. But also, don't forget, there's things Jess likes about me, there's things Jess can't stand about me. There's things that I love about Jess, and there's things I can't stand about Jess, and they're very rare. But, you know, like, for example, whatever it is, like, for example, I'll give you an example. Jess, like, takes forever to get ready. But I love that about her. But the same thing that I love about her also drives me crazy because I'm really, like, fast. So when I'm like in a rush or whatever, that will drive me like up the wall. So the same thing that I love about Jess, sometimes at the wrong time will make me so angry and so aggravated.
And I feel the same way about her. And it's usually when we're filming and we're doing our makeup and I tell her to slow the hell down because that's when it comes out sloppy. And I'm always fixing it. So that's why I like take a little more time to, but if you see what I mean, like it's just.
But that's what it is. We know our strengths and we know our weaknesses, and we focus on our strengths. We don't focus on our weaknesses. And then we work on our weaknesses to strengthen them. So as long as you're doing that with the friend that you are with and they're doing the same thing back, then it's worth to stay in a friendship with that person. But if not, then I think that it's better that you just bless and release them is the nicest way to say it. But yeah.
Kick rocks. Peace out.
Yeah. So you don't ever want to like feel sad and miserable over a friendship.
No. And you could always look back and remember the good times that you had.
Exactly.
And try to fix it if you can. And if you can't, I mean, it's, you know, at least you have those memories that you could always.
There's 7 billion people on Earth. You will find a new best friend.
Yeah.
Believe me. But when you do, you got to work at it.
Yeah, because some people are hard to replace, and it's not good to dispose of people like they're garbage either.
No. And you're going to have more rough times than good times because that's just how life is. You just have things that come at you, and that's when you know it's Jess, is there something on your head?
Mm-mm.
No. Are you sure? Oh my god. We could fall in the dog.
Oh my god,
No,
I'm so
it's fine.
sorry.
It's fine.
I'm kidding.
Wow, that was so fake. Oh my god, I'm so white. I look like an albino.
Me too. I look whiter in this video. Why?
I think it's our outfits. Wait, don't use the first word because it makes you look. Wait, let me do some tests.
Heavy?
No.
What does it
Makes
make
you
me
look
look?
naked.
Oh, like this. Yeah, guys, I don't have anything on. No, I have clothes on. I do.
All right, ready?
See?